Hello, everybody. We are back with the final day of the Irish Women's Championship 2023 with Diana playing top board against Diana Matz. Let me just quickly set up chat in case anyone would actually come in. That would be fantastico. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so we are playing round 4 of 5. Diana is currently on 2.5 points, which is good. So she's in second place, clear second. Diana Matz on 3 out of 3 so far. She is the rating favorite, but she's had a bit of a bumpy ride. We're not gonna lie. Last game against Lara, she was completely dead lost, and then Lara just hung a rook in one move, which was unfortunate. Lara actually played a really nice game. I thought that was quite nice. But then she hung a rook in one move, so that was unfortunate. And yeah, Diana Matz won that one. Otherwise, we'd be playing Lara right now, which, you know, might have been preferable. But okay, so today, Diana Matz, our opponent, started with d4. Now, Diana's been playing, well, we've prepped e4 in the previous games. Now, here, we went for d4 because her opponent had a couple of options. She plays the French. Diana wanted to avoid it. Well, actually, no. We had a good line prepped in the French, but then Diana decided she'd rather play this. And the idea was, because her opponent usually plays g6 here, so the idea was to get her to play a King's Indian, where we'd play, you know, we had some stuff prepped for her playing the King's Indian, because that's what she has historically done against knight f3. Now, of course, Diana is a little bit predictable. So she says, oh, I've played a certain version we were preparing in the French one time, so she can prepare for me, which is a little bit of BS, because of course she's played the Collie like 3 billion trillion times. So to assume that her opponent wouldn't be expecting this would be actually a bit ridiculous, especially because she plays this all the time online, and her online account is, you know, obviously she's a streamer, so, and it also, her account name is just Diana Mirza, so it's not exactly well hidden, and everybody can see that she plays the Collie all the time. So not a particular surprise. So yeah, maybe not too shocking that her opponent didn't go for g6 and had something else in mind, and she went for c5. Bit unusual. Now we can just go d5 here and get into sort of Benoni type thing. Now that is something that actually featured in our preparation down the line, but Diana didn't want to go into it. Probably she was like, oh, you know, see a chance to play the Collie, have an excuse to play the Collie, then play the Collie. That's probably how her thinking went. So that's what happened. Her opponent actually, that's what I found very funny here, that her opponent was like, haha, I'm going to play c5 because I know she's going to play knight f3, or like d4 knight f3, and have c5, but then she didn't expect Diana to play e3, even though that's like what she does. That's like her whole thing. So a bit curious on that. But yeah, okay, so Diana got into her normal Collie setup, and things went pretty normally. And then here, her opponent went for this kind of strange maneuver of like voluntarily putting the bishop on h5 and g6 without being provoked, like no h3. And she went, like, I don't understand why she was doing that necessarily. I'm not really sure. Maybe she was worried about some central pressure and some kingside attack, and she wanted to get her bishop back to defend. Now here, Diana could have just, taken and played knight e5, played it pretty normally. But she decided to go for c5, which is interesting. So I guess what we're saying with this is that we want like a queenside majority. Eventually black will want to play e5, but if we have the 3-on-2, and then black will have this passed pawn in the center, and we'll have a 3-on-2 majority on the queen side, that will be okay. So it's an interesting way to play. I don't mind it, to be honest. Her opponent, I mean, it's a bit, bit anti-positional, because usually calling, you kind of want to control the center with your pawns quite a bit, but this is a different kind of approach. But anyway, her opponent played bishop d3, queen d3, and a5. Diana also, this is actually what I was more upset about, not necessarily playing c5, which is fine, but taking 16 minutes to play it. 16 minutes is a bit long. It's a bit long for my taste, There's no way any move can be bad. We can play rook e1, we can play, I don't know, rook c1, we can play, also we can play c5, like no problem. I don't mind it, but I don't think we need to think about it for 16 minutes. If we need that long to justify c5 and think it's otherwise bad if we don't figure out the details, then maybe it's just better not to play it, but I don't think that actually needed to be done. I think we could have just played it quickly. Maybe like c5 deserves some more thought than, let's say, bishop takes g6 or rook e1 or something of that sort, because these are like moves that can't possibly be bad. c5, I can see how it might be bad. So if you really want to make c5 work, okay, take 5 minutes and see if it works. But 16, I don't know, a bit much for my taste. But okay, still decent amount of time. Enter opponent, a5. Now we are behind on the clock, 13 minutes behind. If you've been watching the whole tournament, we've actually been shockingly up on the clock in many of the matches. Against Yasmina yesterday, that was what secured the draw in the end, I would say, because Diana told me later that Yasmina was very nervous the whole game, even after they traded the queens and Yasmina had a completely winning endgame. She offered her a draw, actually. So yeah, she was super scared, partly because she was in time trouble. So yeah, interesting side note there. But anyway, a5 was played, and Diana's been thinking for 5 minutes again. I don't like it. I am not a fan. I think she needs to be playing more quickly than that. So one idea would be bishop to c3 to reinforce b4, which is actually probably something we would quite like to do. But actually, now that I think, oh no, never mind. We can do that. Bishop c3 is okay. What else can we do? I don't know, rook b1 maybe is a thing we can do. Bishop c3. Maybe rook e1. Trying to prevent e5. So loads of things we can do again. I don't think we need to be thinking about it a ton. If we're gonna, we're move 14 and we've spent 45 minutes. That's a bit much. Bit much for my taste. I would prefer if we played with a bit of confidence, You're not gonna get people scared playing snail chess. And that's been working out for her. Similar in the game against Alice, where, she flagged her in the end. So that was obviously a factor that Alice had to play on the increment for like 15 or 20 moves. yeah, so that was a thing. Anyway, interesting position. I think bishop c3 is good. Rook b1 probably good. Rook e1 probably good. We do want to make sure we can play b4, because otherwise e5 is going to come and then it's going to be uncomfortable. So, I mean, I understand making sure in this position, but I don't think it's so problematic. I don't think we need to be too worried about it. We can just play bishop c3 and then b4, and we're fine. Yeah. Anyway, let's go to Tosh against Orla. I looked at this a little bit before. By the way, I'm late because I had a lesson still to teach, so that's why I'm a little bit late for the stream today. Maybe we lost all our potential Irish Championship viewers to Tosh stream, which, you know, that's fine. Wait, let me actually check real quick. Now we have 14 viewers. That's not so bad. And I wanted to really check if we are on Lichess. Are we featured? Yes, we are. Wonderful. Okay. That's great. So let's go through the game. Tosh against Orla. Another French defense. French defense, very popular. Diana Matz plays it. Orla Dorman plays it. Lara plays it as well. So loads of French players in this tournament. So let's see. So last time Tosh played a Paulsen, I think, and ended up in a win-or. So she played knight c3. Here she plays bishop d3, which is a bit of a, well, I mean, a lot less common. I think most common is probably knight c3, then knight d2, then advance. Let's see what the book says. Book says exchange is more common, and then bishop d3 played in 1% of the Masters games. Okay, so very uncommon, let's just say, to play this way against the French. But Tosh, I don't know why she chose to go away from the win-or rather the Paulsen. Her opponent is definitely less prepared than Diana Matz was, and even against Diana she got like a good position out of the opening. So maybe I don't know, maybe she thought it was going to be like too easy to prep for her if she was going to play the same variation, but I don't know if that's true, because there's like endless amounts of theory in knight c3. So I don't think it's like you're going to know it all suddenly. But okay. So this kind of interesting. So f4. So loads of pawns. Interesting structure. We'll play bishop e2 for defense. Okay. I mean, it looks pretty good for white, I guess. We have this nice construction. The only problem is we don't have our bishop on d3. Otherwise, let's imagine for a second our bishop was on c2. We would probably already be, let's just manually get it there for a second. Let's just pretend our bishop was on c2. Okay, actually we didn't do it right, sorry. Should have done it like this. Okay, let's just pretend our bishop's here. Here white is probably just completely winning. I don't know, probably like knight g5 or something, or maybe g4, I don't know. But like, this is probably f5, I don't know. But this looks like we're already probably winning. The only reason why bishop h7 right away doesn't work is because there's still a bishop on e7. So the usual Greek gift doesn't quite work yet, but it's definitely a big attack in the air if our bishop was on a different diagonal. But okay, that's just a thought exercise, of course. Okay, f6 was played by black, which is probably correct. You need to sort of chop down white's pawn center a little bit. Oh, and then f5. Okay, I mean, that can't really be right, right? Like, if we wanted to play f5, then surely we should have played f5 right away, and then white could have taken en passant, but, you know, if we were going to play f5, then we should have done it right away. Surely not. Surely we didn't change our opinion about whether we want the pawn on f6 or on f5 based on the king being on g1 or h1. So I think that's a bit odd, and probably wrong. Also, just conceptually, I don't think we want to play f5. I think it makes things a bit too easy for white. Like, white has just got so much space, and black doesn't really have any play for it. But okay, so f5. Knight g5 is also a bit strange because we can just take it, and then we actually made f5 look better than it has any right to be looking. Now also black will maybe like play g6 at some point, and the dark squares aren't actually weak because white's pawns are in the way and nothing can actually get to the dark squares. Like, these squares are unavailable to the knight, which means the knight can't get in here really. Like, it would have to go like through here, but that's also impossible with a pawn on g6. So yeah, I think this wouldn't be so great for white because now there's weak dark squares, but white is sort of defending black's dark squares for them by having the pawns on those squares. But anyway, didn't take. Knight f8. Okay. I guess we needed to defend the pawn somehow. Maybe should have moved the... Yeah, that's another thing. We don't really want to play knight f8. It's another reason why bishop g5 looks pretty attractive. She thought about it for 3 minutes, so I'm not sure. She must have considered it a bit. Okay, it gives us another chance to play bishop g5. Okay, now this is a bit of a different approach. Now we're playing h6 as black. Now, if this bishop had already been traded, that might be a better plan. But I'm a little bit scared of... Well, maybe we can just force the bishop trade, and maybe... No, but the bishop's up. I mean, it's a bit up in the air. But I don't love it because we're weakening light squares, and the light squares white can actually get to. The dark squares would have been pretty impossible for white to punish, but the light squares maybe not the same case because this bishop's kind of locked out of the king side, and yeah, I'm a bit more worried about this, but okay. Okay, so king h1 and rook g1. Now she wants to break with g4, which seems like a decent plan. Now, I mean, we're already sort of committed to weakening our king side, so maybe we can play h5. And if knight goes back, then we just chop it off. So maybe that's an idea, just preventing g4 at least. But otherwise, yeah, it doesn't look great for black. It's just very cramped. And white's pieces aren't all playing yet, but they're probably going to come in and be quite good soon. 1 second, let me just open Discord. So Emma wants to come in a little bit. So we can be ready. Okay, there we go. Anyway, okay, rook g1, last move so far. Tosh a little bit up on the clock. So yeah, looks like she has a good position. Yeah, so by the way, Tosh got paired down. So Tosh is on 2 points, Orla on 1.5. So if Tosh wins, yeah, I mean, okay, it all depends on the Diana against Diana game. Mersey against Diana Matz. Okay, let's look at Alice's game for a little bit. I think I saw this earlier, and I think Alice had kind of got her dream. She really loves these positions where she can just grind and eventually get like a pawn storm. Now, okay, usually Alice is one to play f4. Like she loves, I think if I had to say Alice's favorite move, it's definitely f4, right? So I'm a little bit surprised that we didn't play it at any point here. Like here, for example. I mean, it's a little bit, you know, a little bit dicey with all these weak dark squares, but it always is, and it usually doesn't stop her. And I don't know, it seems kind of good here, but maybe I'm wrong about this. This is like I'm not the f4 master, so yeah. Anyway, this also looks pretty normal. Now a4 looks a little bit less normal because I would think we would want to play like a3, b4. But okay, our opponent wants to play b5, so maybe they're just quicker on the trigger, so that's why we want to play a4. Knight e5 takes, and okay, we do give her this slightly weak pawn, and the bishop is now sort of blocked by her own pawn, which is a bit annoying. But now again, I want knight e2 and f4. Knight e2, f4. It's like begging to be played now. Like now it's much better, I think, because this square isn't available for the bishop anymore, and additionally the knight can't really get to e3, I don't think. So yeah, knight e2 she played, knight c6, and okay, f4, go, e4. Okay, I mean that also makes sense, of course. That's maybe the objectively better thing. I was just expecting Alice to go for the f4 variant. Okay, but we're playing on the queen side, and probably a5, if I had to guess. I mean, we want this nice passed pawn. Yeah, I like white. I like white. a5, and white seems to be better. Because now, I mean, it's going to be a little bit annoying to deal with. This pawn is slightly weak. This pawn is a little bit annoying for black as well, because it takes away a square from black's pieces. Like the bishop might want to go there, the knight would like to go there as well. So the pawns and the pieces aren't really working together super well for black in this position. So yeah, I think Alice is better. Good, we like that. Alice, of course, had a bit of a heartbreak moment not last round, in round 2 against Diana, where she was losing for most of the game, out of the opening basically, and she fought back because Diana missed something, even though she was like, Alice was in time trouble the whole game. She played quite well to hold on, and then finally she flagged once the position was actually equal. So yeah, a bit frustrating how that went for her. Another one who had a very frustrating game yesterday was Lara, who, I think I said this before, she played a pretty brilliant game yesterday, I think. But then she hung a rook in one move and lost against Diana Matz, which is why she is not playing against Mersey this round. Okay, and Marina, who's had a quiet tournament. I think she's played 2 low-rated players and lost her game against Diana Matz, so nothing particularly noteworthy. Same actually as Tosh, who also won against 2 low-rated players and lost against Diana Matz. And I guess same as Alice as well, who beat 2 low-rated players and yeah. I lost against Diana Murti. Okay, anyway, Marina playing Queen's Gambit declined. Now Lara was a big Catalan player always. It's so interesting to see her go e3. I guess she's been trying to shift away from being a one-trick pony with white, like Catalan every game. So that's good, probably, for her repertoire. Now her opponent goes for a stonewall setup, which, you know, I find it a little bit frustrating to play against. I had a game where I played against someone who played the stonewall, and it went perfectly. Like, I got the perfect setup. Everything went perfectly. They had like 2 weaknesses. I was grinding, and then as soon as like we got low on time, I just made a silly mistake, and then I couldn't win anymore. So I made a draw. Very frustrating. Anyway, that's my stonewall frustration. Now this stonewall, I mean, less of a dream, you know, less of a dream for sure. Black has some play here. One thing that hasn't happened yet, sometimes you'll see this in the stonewall, like the light square bishop trying to get out and trying to exchange itself off because it's really terrible. But so far this hasn't happened yet, and it won't happen now immediately either, because knight takes doesn't work, of course, because that's a fork. So you can't play knight takes, even though you would kind of like to get your bishop out. Yeah, I mean, probably, I mean, all the stonewall positions are technically pretty good for white. I think this is true here as well. Many players prefer the positions with the bishop on f4, targeting this weak square and eventually trying to sort of break in the center. But yeah, Lara went for a different setup. I personally like trading off this bishop. I like to go for the bishop a3 lines, where you trade off this bishop and then you eventually get your knights to f3 and d3, put the f3 knight on e5, and then play f3 yourself and sort of try to break like this. But yeah, that many different plans. Oh, okay. Now that's interesting. Marina plays rook g6. This doesn't work because mate on h2. But does this actually threaten anything? Let's say, I don't know, white plays like g3 or f4 or something. What happens? Let's say we play f4. What happens? Oh, I guess now we can play knight takes c5, which is nice. Knight takes, and then after this. Oh wait, no, we're hanging a pawn. Sorry. So we have to take with the other pawn. And I don't know, bishop somewhere, maybe here. And now we might be ready to do this, although our rook is now in the way. But yeah, this is interesting. What Marina is doing here. Rook g6. Okay, maybe f4 is also the right thing. Maybe let's try g3 instead. But yeah, I guess the idea is always to take here next. Actually, I'm not sure what you want to take with, because you do also get this square from the knight, and then you can sort of maybe do something. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. Probably a good try for black. With that one, I didn't actually. I mean, I didn't really look for a move, but I didn't really consider it. So that's nice. Also, she's down to 31 minutes against Lara's 54. So also needs to speed up a little bit. Okay, now we get to some of the exciting games here. Of course, Diana's the most exciting, but our students are playing. Okay, first Stella. Evan's Gambit. Okay, fantastic. Hello, Mateo NH1 or Mateon H1. As you might notice, this is not actually Diana. Diana's playing. I'm just commentating. Okay, Stella, our lovely student, is playing in Evan's Gambit. Now, I don't trust her with this. Let's just say I don't trust her to play this because she has some dodgy ideas about the opening sometimes. Let's see what happens. Should have some trust in my students, I know, but okay, so now we play d4. Okay, didn't play d4. Now this is what I mean. D4 is like the whole point of the Evans, right? So we want to control the center. We give up a pawn so we can control the center. And that is kind of what we fail to do. If we castle right now, we get another chance to play d4. And she does do it. In fact, though, what about this? Are we just... how do we defend this? Black took away their own square there to defend f7. Actually took away both of them. So I don't know. I don't know if we weren't just winning after this, because here we could just queen d5, knight's hanging, so we can, I guess, go here and maybe then thing is hanging. But no, okay, because actually this attacks the queen and defends the knight. So maybe queen a4 instead. Queen a4 and then knight's hanging. We need to defend the knight, and then we can go back with the bishop. And we just won a pawn, and the king's on f8, and we're winning, probably. So yeah, now she did remember d4, but maybe had something better. But okay. Also, knight takes. I don't know why we're taking with the knight. Sorry, Stella, I'm criticizing too much, but of course we want to take with the pawn. Again, that's the whole idea. We want to get the strong pawn center, control a lot of squares in the center, have some space, and use that to nicely develop and maybe get an attack. But yeah, not after knight d4. Now, in fact, pawn is like a little bit weak already, and we didn't prevent development at all. Okay, e5. It's a little bit awkward for black. But okay, now these pawns can be like an asset, can be a little bit of a weakness as well. After something like d5 or even d6 or c6. Yeah, okay, so we traded a bunch. Didn't trade here, fine. Okay, I don't know, f5, interesting. I mean, yeah, sure. A bit nervous about this for black, but yeah. Could have taken en passant. It does come with a tempo on the queen, so queen would have to take. And then maybe we have bishop e5 next. Let's do something like this. Or like here and then. Well, maybe, I don't know, it's a bit awkward. Yeah, okay, anyway. And we can also trade queens in them. Oh no, that just hangs the bishop. Okay, so can't do that. I have to do this. Rook c1. Okay, and this looks... And we're down a pawn. I don't know. Our pieces are more active, but we're down a pawn. Maybe some compensation, but maybe not full. Anyway, let's get to the main line, what actually happened. Okay, now we're down a pawn, but I hope, well, hope we don't get tempted to take with the pawn. Good, because we would have dropped h4. So now we are down a pawn. I don't think we really have any compensation, except for, like, okay, black's pieces are a little bit awkward. This knight is actually kind of dominated by white's pawns, so that's good. So maybe it's actually okay. Maybe it's okay for white. Maybe it's okay. Anyway, hope Stella does well. Oh, she's down a lot in time, which, you know, could be worse. Could be that she doesn't use any of her time. She's learning, so taking more time is better than taking no time. So we like it. Oh my goodness, what is this position? Okay, Tong Tong, our other lovely student. What is this? Some weird gambit. Okay, I don't know it. Hold on, what? Okay, so I guess this is correct. Oh, this is not correct, right? Because we can take this pawn here, and then this pawn is hanging as well. Maybe. Or maybe we can take here. Oh no, wait, we can do this. And then where does the knight go? Because if the knight runs away, we could just, can we take here? Probably. And then aren't we just down a piece? Aren't we just down a piece? Okay, Tong Tong. I don't know about this. Tong Tong, I think we're down a piece. Oh, wait. Hold on. Her opponent played king h1. Forgot that we can actually attack things with the king. Fine, got lucky, didn't lose a piece. And now we're up a pawn. Sure, okay, up a pawn. Better developed. f6, sure, why not? Okay, moving our knight a bunch of times, sure. Looks like a good square. Okay, I like that Tong Tong is immediately seeing that the only way to do anything in the position is to open the h file. I hope she doesn't play a5. Yes, a6, good. If you play a5, you can just probably agree a draw. Maybe not quite, but of course we need to open the position up a little bit if we want to win. And we are up a pawn. So, and we have the better knight, much better knight. White is sort of putting her rooks on, I mean, a dodgy square, because like this is going to take 2 rooks to put pressure, and 1 rook easily defends it. In the future, maybe even a knight can defend it from somewhere, if it's more convenient. But it's of course not a good trade. Okay, now we're also hanging the a2 pawn. I guess maybe she thought she was counterattacking, but this rook actually defends both g7 and c7 at the same time without any problems. h5, I guess okay, h4, she wants h5. She wants h5, h6, but we can just play h6 later. Or h5, okay, fine. h5 is fine because it can't really be attacked because we're controlling the g5 square. Okay, king h7 to prevent rook h6, which would pick up the pawn, so good awareness by Tong Tong. And this is the position. Okay, I mean this should be definitely winning. I don't know why we played rook c2. I would have thought we can just go, you know, rook a1 and rook e1 and pick up this pawn, which seemed easier, but you know, we can let Tong Tong figure it out. I'm sure this is completely winning in any way she chooses. Brilliant. Okay, let's go back to our game of the day. Main game. Okay, quite many things happened. Diana played bishop c3. That's what we like to see. She did take 11 minutes to play it, but that's okay. For now, we're down 20 minutes, but you know, position seems, I don't know. probably equal, but interesting. I like our long-term chances. We can expand on the queen side without, I think black has to work harder to create play than white. And if black doesn't get counterplay, then it's going to be very annoying. Okay, now this is actually nice, b4, because black wants to play this, but has to worry about b5 always. So let's say, I don't know, this didn't happen. Bishop f6 was played, I can see in the thing, but e5 is the critical move. And let's say, I mean, okay, we have to take it because this doesn't work yet. So we take it. She takes once, I guess. Wait, no, that's not how it works. It's defend it. Never mind. I forgot that our bishop on c3 was actually defending this. I'm a little bit lost here, sorry. Okay, d4 maybe. And then here and here. And we give up a pawn for it. Not here. Wait, no, here. Because the thing's pinned. Maybe possible, maybe possible. I don't know. Potentially. But okay, didn't happen. It's too complicated anyway. I'm not in any fit state of mind. Now b5 looks like the obvious move. Why didn't we play b5? Played rook e1, but why didn't we play b5? e5? I mean, really, we want to desperately play b5 because we want to make sure that this e5 move doesn't have any support. Now knight, I mean b8 or e7, I mean, or a7, I guess, but none of these are good. a4, and this looks like a dream position. This looks like fantastic. This looks like probably winning, I would say, because I mean e5 still doesn't work, and we just have this brilliant opportunity. Like any endgame is completely winning, and we can just play rook e1, maybe knight e5, f4 at some point even, if we're really feeling it. But okay, not what happened. Rook e1 first. Takes, okay. And that's another thing, like we would have liked to keep that side of the board closed, I think. Just so our, like we can be the ones who open that side of the board at any time when we choose. Now black might get a little bit of play on that side of the board. And of course rook e1 didn't really do anything if we're going to trade rooks on the next move. So, now e5 possible. Bit of a missed opportunity, I think. That looked very good to me. But still, okay, this pawn is a pawn. This pawn is a pawn, so aren't we winning a pawn? If we play b5 now or something, and then take. Oh, I guess never mind. Okay, I'm stupid. I can just take here. Can they? Wait a minute. Hold on. This is all quite complicamundo. Hello, Goku. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Diana is doing well. I think she missed a bit of an opportunity to be just, yeah, almost winning, I would say, earlier. Here, b5 looked like tremendously good for white, but okay, still, well, I'm just trying to figure out if I like her position. So this has all been played. Now, what do we do? What do we do? I mean, I still want to play b5, generally. So, does black have to take here, or how does it work? If black takes, we take, and knight e7. I mean, this looks good, right? This looks good. We have dangerous pawns, and Black's d pawn is isolated. We can maybe go knight f3 and knight d4, and looks like a dream position, to be honest. Looks like a free roll is what we call that, a free roll. Yeah, I think this is a nice continuation, and it's very natural as well. What else? I don't think we want to take. That doesn't really make sense to me. We're just inviting the knight in, and then we didn't get b5, and knight might get a square. I don't know, queen d4, and I don't know. I mean, repetition. Do you want a repetition? Well, okay, she can just take it. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. No repetition. But yeah, I mean, the other option looked better for Diana. Let's see what are the times like. Her opponent played relatively quickly. 42 minutes. Ah, but Diana caught up a little bit. Okay, that's good. 42 minutes to 35. I'm again getting nervous, so we're gonna go to a different game. Tosh against Orla. Dorla, as I like to call her. Oh, are we losing a piece if we're Orla? How does one defend this? This is a very weird constellation. You don't see that very often. Oh yeah, so at the end of the Alice game, Alice actually flagged. So yeah, the consequences of playing like on the increment for 15 moves or so eventually got to her. Eventually she flagged once she, like, you know, finally got into a drawn position, and then where she, I mean, maybe is even up a pawn, can press, but it should be a draw without too many problems, and then she flags. That's very unfortunate. I mean, fortunate for us, I guess. But yeah, I feel a bit bad for her because she's a good friend, and yeah, that's a bit sad. But okay, I mean, what can you do? She was very much lost at many points before. So yeah, we take those exactly. But speaking of this game here for a second, are we not? What do we do about our knight there? Do we? No, I mean, what's happening? I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen a tactic like this. This is so weird. The knight, like, completely caged. Can't go anywhere. Can't be defended. Like, I mean, of course you've seen, like, you know, trap pieces that can't be defended, but not on h7 for black. That's definitely very strange. Yeah, and it's also like long range pieces attacking it. Like the knight is completely surrounded by own pieces. Very strange, yeah. But it seems like it's winning a piece. And I mean, also, you know, for now, it's also winning an exchange after. So, okay, maybe take here. Maybe take here. No, we didn't. Could just take here. And now it's an exchange as well. Yeah, I mean, this is that's unfortunate for black. She was holding okay, I think, maybe. Oh no, I didn't like this earlier. I think, yeah, I think earlier right away she should have taken on g5. Like, okay, I didn't like this f6 f5 thing that she did. I think you definitely, I mean, this is already not a nice position, but I think you need to take on e5 at some point. f5 looks a bit bad, but then here I think you definitely need to take on g5, and then, you know, as we were talking about earlier, you have weak dark squares, but white can't get to the dark squares because white has their own pawns on the dark squares. So yeah. So was there any way, like, or is this just losing? Rook takes. Okay, I mean, I don't know. What do you do? Can you go back now? Well, the thing is, if you go here, it doesn't really help because you can go here, right? So you're not losing the knight. Well, actually, you're still losing the knight because otherwise you're losing a rook. So I guess you have to not move the rook. So what can you do? Like you can take here. And this doesn't look so bad. I mean, a rook's a rook, but you know, this rook. I think this rook can probably defend against two rooks, and there's no other immediately open lines. I don't know. You have two bishops. Yeah, definitely. Round 3 game was, yeah, a little bit too exciting. A little bit more exciting. Anyway, this is what happened. Knight f6. Running at all costs, but I don't think this helps necessarily. Maybe she wants gf, so then she doesn't at least lose an exchange on top of it or something. But yeah, this looks like completely winning, of course, for Tosh. Yeah, but anyway, the game yesterday, it's funny because Diana said her opponent told her that she was like so afraid the whole game, and even after the queen trade, her opponent offered her a draw, even though it's a completely winning position for black. So yeah, apparently she wasn't really playing for a win. Then Diana actually declined the draw, which is insane. Like, I don't know. She told me she knew she was worse, but like, not. She thought, okay, the person is low on time, but there was like absolutely no. I don't know. She was just in a certain mood yesterday. You know. She also declined the possible repetition. Her opponent was like clearly very eager for the repetition. Like she played that repetition like in a millisecond, and Diana was like, no, play on. I don't know. Very, very strange behavior. Very optimistic. But we like it, you know, better optimistic than pessimistic. Speaking of, let's go do this thing. No, we took on e5. Why? Why did we do that? Why did we do that? I don't like it at all. Maybe we should thought this or something? What are we doing? Like, we can just move. I don't know. I mean, this looks so good for white. I don't know. I don't know why we did that, but okay. Queen f5. I mean, it shouldn't be bad either. The other one just looked really good. Now, rook e8 is what she's going to play, I imagine. And then, I don't know, knight. I mean, can we just trade everything off and make a draw? Possibly. I mean, here she can just offer a draw and, you know, save the energy for the last round. Her opponent should probably accept. She's in the sole lead. She just gonna need a draw to secure. I think they said they're doing playoffs. So I don't know who is going to be doing the playoffs, like if it's going to be between the top two or if it's going to be however many people draw or like have the same points. I'm not sure. Anyway, Emma's coming on now. Brilliant. So we can get her on call. Somehow I'm very bad about seeing Discord messages. Only notice when something buzzes on my phone. Hey. I'm good. How are you? Did you have good rest? That's brilliant. Diana's been doing good, I think. We have an annoying... Wait, sorry, I have to ban someone in chat. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Goodbye. Anyway, thank you for the follow, banned person. Thank you so much. Anyway, sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Diana's position was looking really good. I think at some points she was actually just winning. Here, for example, I think b5 and then 97 a5, a4, sorry, looks really good. I think this looks extremely good for her. But she didn't go for this. She played rook e1, which, you know, she wanted to stop e5, makes some sense. But unfortunately, it doesn't really do anything because black can just trade and then the rook moved for no reason. And then she can play e5 anyway. That's what happened. And here again, I think Diana's still doing very well if she plays b5 again. Because now, I don't know, we looked at some lines, but I didn't really... Oh, actually, this is interesting. Because the bishop's pinned, and it's attacking the queen. But we can attack... Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably fine. Yeah, this one, maybe she also just, you know, I put this variation where we just trade everything and make a draw. Which, you know, you can offer a draw here, I think. And Diana's probably going to take it. I would... The other Diana, I guess either Diana can offer a draw here and either Diana's going to take it. But let's see. Like knight f3, and I think we can go and prepare for the next game, which wouldn't be so bad. Wouldn't be so bad. Diana Mats would be on 3.5, and we would just rely... Alice would be playing against her, I'm pretty sure. If Alice wins, she'd be on 3 points, and Tosh and Laura have already played against Diana Mats, so Alice would be the only one who could play her. And now we would have to trust in Alice with black to draw or win. Which, you know, I have some faith in Alice there. She's good. And for Diana, it wouldn't be so bad because at least, you know, a draw keeps her in distance, in striking distance. Yeah, but well, not necessarily even second, because if Alice draws against Diana Mats, then if Diana wins her last game, then she still catches up and ties with her, and then they're going to have rapid playoffs. I think, well, she's definitely either going to play against Laura or against Tosh if they win. I think both are going to win. Well, Tosh was definitely winning. She was up a piece, and her opponent wasn't very good. Yeah, yeah, she definitely had the best draw. And this one, I mean, okay, this one is less clear, let's say. Laura, it's less clear, yeah. Anyway, Diana would play them, and I think she can definitely beat them both. She would prefer to play Tosh rather than Laura, definitely. But still, I think she can definitely beat them both. She was actually completely winning against Laura last year, and then she lost. But still, she was winning at some point. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's another reason why you should just make a draw here. Don't overdo it. Just keep your energy for the last round. And, you know, it might turn out that you don't, like, even if you win here, you would still, still kind of need to win the last round to guarantee the win. So you might as well draw and then win the last round. And yeah, but if winning now and drawing the last round works, then surely drawing now and winning in the last round probably also works, even though it would be Diana who has an extra point. It's not quite as good. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, anyway, I think we missed a couple of opportunities to win. So yeah, like 2, I guess, not too many, 2. Well, not to win, but like to have a better position. Yeah. Well, if she loses now, then it's all up in the air. Then she's actually going to be in like 5th place, I think, if she loses. And this is not really a game you're going to lose. Actually, to be honest, even if she lost here, then she would play against somebody weaker, probably. Against Marina, or against someone lower, or Orla, maybe. Yeah, actually, she would probably play against Marina, or against Stella, or Tong Tong if they win. No, but she can't play against Tong Tong. She already played against her. Yeah. Anyway, she would play against someone with 2 points, and that would be an easier opponent. Yeah, she's not going to lose this position. Yeah, okay, she plays knight f3, and then you can offer a draw, I think. Yeah, she could. I just don't think there's, I don't see any way you lose. I mean, okay, actually, maybe, okay, if black wants to play for a win, they can maybe play g6 and win a tempo, and then queen f4. No, sure, but like, let's say if black wants to keep the game going. I mean, if you trade knights, then I don't see how anyone wins. Yeah, probably. I hope they make a draw. They should just offer a draw. Diana was saying earlier as well, the draw is fine. So unless she changed her mind midway through the game, which might happen because she was better. She was also probably happy because she got to play her little collie system. Even though we've been like... Yeah, no, probably... Well, I mean, she's the one who should ask for the draw, not... No, that's what I'm saying. That's why black shouldn't offer a draw, because if anyone, white is better. I guess you should offer the draw if you're the better side, right? Not the worst side. But she's higher rated, so maybe she can offer a draw, even if she's a bit worse. I mean, I don't know really how it works, but like I haven't been playing too much over the board, so you should know better, I guess, who should offer a draw here, if anyone. I mean, she could also just keep playing. It's not illegal. You can try to win this. Make a flight square, try to get a passed pawn. Oh, you can just wait. You can just go on the thing and on Lichess and turn the engine on. If you click on the link, and then you should be able to. Hey, Lamprocamundo, how are you doing? Been seeing you in the Lichess broadcast. Like in the top right? Yeah. Well, where's this little, this little bar. How was your tournament, Lamprocles? You played in Sandhausen, I think. Yeah, it definitely seems very drosh. Diana had some winning chances earlier. I think after, yeah, earlier she was, yeah, sorry? Oh, wow. Great. Oh, you won 20 rating points. That's great, Lamprocles. Were you playing in the open or like the A section or the B section? Anyway, let's look at the other games while Diana. Oh wait, actually no. G6 was played. Okay, suggests to me that Black wants to keep playing. I mean, or maybe she's just saying, well, you're gonna move and then I'm gonna take, and it's just a little bit better to have a flight square. Sure. Maybe that's also true. Maybe you can play rook e4 and try to win the pawn. No, just rook b1. I mean, this should definitely be a draw. Diana shouldn't overthink it, and then make a flight square at some point and make a draw. But yeah, maybe her opponent over pushes and Diana can win. Also a possibility. Yeah, probably not. I mean, she's good. She shouldn't, like, neither of them should mess this up. Also, it's not easy to mess it up, I think. Anyway, okay, Tosh is still up a piece, I think. Wait, no. Hold on. Wasn't she up a piece at some point? I guess she's up an exchange. But for 2 pawns, yes, okay. A rook for 2 pawns. There we go. Yeah. Wait, how did that happen? Oh, right, she lost the exchange after all. Yeah. I thought she was going to take with the G pawn just to avoid losing the exchange, but I mean, of course, it was lost anyway. Thank you for the follow, Spuds. Spuds. Yeah, it looked very natural. I'm not sure. I wonder, like, she thought for a long time on some of the moves. How long did she think on that one? Yeah, I mean, she definitely must have well, definitely rook e1 doesn't really make much sense because it's like not making any move. Like, I'd rather play like h3 or something. Yeah. She thought well, actually, she only thought for 2 minutes. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake though, but okay. And then everything went pretty quickly. Okay, well, she played queen f4, which makes sense, and now let's see. Look, I mean, if you want to keep the knights on as black, you might get in some trouble, because white's knight is, let's say black's knight moves somewhere. I don't know, where do you even move the knight? And it doesn't really have any squares. Maybe c4. Let's say you play knight c4. You can maybe lose this as black. I don't know. You can even play h4, h4, h5, h6. Because your pawns aren't really in danger. And could be good. Let's play rook d1. Stopping the pawn, putting the knight on d4, and then your knight's forever good. And then you can play b4 and c3, sorry, b5 and c6. So let's actually hope that her opponent plays for a win, because it's only gonna go bad. Anyway, let's look at Alice's game. We left it here, and Alice did play a5, which we thought was the best move. Okay, bishop f8. That's a bit weird. Bishop f8, huh? I mean, it really shows that her bishop's quite bad to play bishop f8 here. I mean, yeah, Alice definitely also better. But now, okay, I mean, it makes some sense. The bishop might get out at some point and put some pressure on the b pawn. Kind of a sensible plan, I guess, but I'm sure white has something against it. Also, you can't really play d5 without losing a pawn. Yeah. Yeah, she wanted to. Chaos. Okay, let's look at Lara real quick. This game is also kind of mad. So she played rook g6 here earlier, taking advantage of the pin. And then she went back, which is funny. And then g5. Okay, and then not many moves happened. Marina's down to 8 minutes. Lara has 38, so big lead. But position? Yeah. Yeah. And I thought earlier when she played, she already had the rook on g6. I thought the reason she did that was so she could play knight takes e5 at some point. But then, of course, Lara played knight d3. So it's... She played g4. But I guess, I mean, the problem is that white's knight, black's knight is really in the way. Like you would like to play like bishop d7, bishop e8, and like bishop h5, but... Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Maybe she just wants to go like, you know, rook back, king h8, rook g8, and then eventually bring out her pieces, like take on e5. Yeah, but like, I don't know what white's doing either. I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like these closed positions. I'm very bad at them. But yeah. Definitely a bit of a strange move to allow knight f4. But maybe she just, you know, wants to take the knight on e5 and she doesn't want the other knight to come to e5. Anyway, oh, actually, okay, this game is over. Tosh's game is over. Oh, actually got checkmated. Yeah, okay, not too surprising, I guess. Ah, yeah. Puzzle Rush. She lost against Diana Mats. Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, pretty. Well, let's check the graph. What the computer says about the game. Yeah, pretty smooth. I mean, of course, she wasn't playing a particularly strong player. It's a pretty good win for Tosh, I guess. Now, Alice's game. Actually, let's check Diana's game real quick. Wait, what? Why did we take with the pawn? What is this? Why did we do that? That's odd. Diana, I don't know. That's very strange. Maybe she wants. It's very what? She didn't even think about it for very long. But maybe she wants the pawn to control the square, so you can't play rook e4. But I don't know. That's a bit. I mean, okay, shouldn't matter. I think it shouldn't matter because if you trade all the pawns off, this is still a draw with the pawns and the rooks. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that was. Also, I mean, I guess it saves the tempo where you don't need to make a flight square because then you already have one from the recapture. But actually, I mean, yeah. If you, yeah, it's just a bit strange. Looks weird, yeah. But okay, it shouldn't matter. Yeah. But okay, now d4. And now you're gonna have to make a decision. Do you defend the pawn or do you try to get your own pawns pushing? I mean, rook d1 is like a natural move, I guess, and then. I mean, I don't really see whatever how can anything ever happen after rook d1. Yeah. So here and here maybe. Oh no, we're actually losing. I'm great at chess. No, okay, we can't do that. We have to move the king, I guess. It's a bit annoying because now, I mean, every time we move the queen, we're gonna get checked, and I don't know, a bit odd. But okay, as long as we leave the queen on f4, we're fine. We're fine. Well, I don't. Let's see. And there's some. I'm not sure if it works like that. I'm not sure if the updates will clone, but we can try if I do this. Let me see. So if we do this, I'm not sure if the moves are gonna get updated, but if I invite you, what's your Lichess username? Okay. Okay, so you're in the thing now. And well, you can definitely make moves, and I can just update the board as well manually, and I can just check. Yeah, I think so. Let me see. Yeah. Wait, was this play or did you play this?
I played that.
Okay. Wait, let me see if. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's just hope she doesn't. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that means I guess it gets updated still. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that that's how it worked. Okay, so then we can do this and you can make moves. That's great. I wonder, can you click on a different game and see if it takes me to the same one?
Okay.
Oh, wait. Okay, no, I'll do this. Okay, try again. Maybe you have to refresh first. Maybe you have to refresh. Wait. Wait, why doesn't it? Hold on. Okay, now it should work, I think. Ah, yes, now it works. Now we're synchronized. Okay. Great, now we can. I hope she doesn't play. I think she should play King G2 now, because if we play some queen move, like Queen C4, then D2, and then Rook E1, and we're losing. So probably that's not a good idea.
So if we play like C4.
Yeah, then D2. Yeah, and then Rook E1 is coming. Yeah. Right about now, she's probably wishing that. Oh wait, okay. Actually, it's not updating. I don't think, because she played Queen D6. Okay, and now I got the computer evaluation, and it says she's losing. That's not good. But let's see why. Queen G5. Yeah. No, it's definitely not so clear. Ah, but actually, okay, this is. Ah, but no, we have Queen F4. Why are we not holding? Oh, okay. I mean, okay, I don't know. Not that easy. Oh, I hope. Oh, no. Okay, she played Queen G5. Well, Queen G5 is what she played, yeah. Wait, no, hold on. I don't know. I could have just had a pawn on the square. No, come on. Why did we do that? Yeah, she played Queen G3. Oh, come on. You can't be serious. Wait, so what was the winning move here? D2 or what? Oh no, queen d5, queen d5. Wait, so, but what if queen d5 and we go back? Oh, our pawn is hanging, right. But this pawn is also hanging. Oh, but then rook e1. Oh, yeah. It's also so stupid. There's no reason. Wait, shit, I lost the thing. Yeah, but like. Oh, come on, no. You can't be serious. I mean, now it's not even that hard anymore. It's very natural. She played queen d5. Oh, come on, it's so pointless. And she played queen d5, queen d6 as well. Oh, she missed the second. Ay. She played queen d6, yeah. But now she's just gonna lose a pawn for free. And I mean, your rook's hanging as well. You can't even. No, this is completely lost now because you don't have any other move than queen takes d3, but it's of course lost. Oh, come on. That's so silly. That's such a silly way to lose. I mean, the rook is hanging and the pawn is running. Oh my god. But it's so unnecessary to play g takes. Wait! I heard a capture. No, I heard the wrong capture. Never mind. She did take on f3 and now she can resign. Oh my god. Also, this is so bad because Diana Matz has been like lost in every single one of her games. Oh man. That's like, this is the deadest draw you'll ever find. You're like found the only way to lose. The only possible way. Oh man. That's very upsetting. Yeah, now you can't do anything. There's nothing even you can try. Yeah, she did. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Nice. Oh, that's so sad. That's so annoying. There's no reason to lose that game at all. Ay. Like, it was, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand taking with the G-paw. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. Oh man. Well, now, I don't know, she's just thinking, but there's nothing to do. Yeah. The thing is, like, there wasn't even anything black could do wrong anymore. It was just like automatically, you know. Yeah, she was like forced into finding it. There was no other way. Ugh. That's so sad. It was she had it was like such good chances to win the tournament. If she played against Tosh, in that round, now she can't even win it anymore because Diana Matz has 4 points and she has 2.5. Yeah, she played Rook F1, but I mean, yeah, of course, you just
Yeah.
4. No, I don't think so. But I mean, she has 27 minutes. She can't. Oh no, that's so bad. So unlucky. I mean, it's not even unlucky. It's just. Oh, that's so sad. Three, I think. No. Oh man, that's so sad. That was so free. such a free draw. I was also so winning earlier. Wait, how about this game? Oh, never mind. We're not in the broadcast. Let's see Alice's game. I don't know, not clear either. I'm not calling her a soft pairing, Gokul. I'm just saying that it's such a good chance to win the championship if all you have to do is beat Tosh. Whereas before you had to do, you had to beat all sorts of players. Oh man, that's so sad.
She lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rook E4 is winning, right?
Yeah, but everything's winning, I think.
Oh, that's fucking brutal.
That's just so weird to take with the.
Why did you take with the
cheap
pawn?
one. I don't know.
I didn't. Hi, Emma. How's it going? Aw. Yeah, I didn't really get it. Like, I don't know why she took with the pawn. Like, what was the eval before? It was like probably she's slightly better, yeah.
Oh, she was definitely like a bit
her
earlier.
position looked really nice.
Like before, when she played Rook E1.
I wasn't so sure about C5. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
like sometimes it's correct in these positions, but I don't know if it's right here. I know with like
okay, at least.
There's some lines in Queen's Gambit decline, but the pawn is on C7, right? So it's slightly different.
But actually, I thought that's like, you're getting free range. But like earlier, she could have she could have played B5. Like Rook E1 is basically a wasted move.
Yeah, I don't
like even like H3 was a bit better.
Why not B5 and then Rook E1, right?
Yeah. And here, this just looks, and even like A4, this is really good.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a little careful about E5, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I presume at the end it's just lost, right?
Yeah. And even...
Was she just worried about her king? Like, she wanted to give space to her king?
Yeah, but like, you have all the time. I really don't know. But even here, again, B5 was I think, good here. Or like, maybe you could play. And then, okay, here's... it's just so dead.
I don't know what.
So dead. I don't know. You can just put both, like,
Can you just play queen takes, yeah?
Yeah.
Like queen takes, and if d4, you just rook e1?
Huh? Yeah, I don't even know, like, what she was worried about. Like, you can play...
You just play rook d1, right?
Yeah, rook d1, or you can probably...
Or you can just take on b7 first.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one.
Yeah.
But like, even here, if you give yourself a flight square, you're okay, right?
Well, then d2, right?
But if you can put the king on g2, isn't it still fine?
But you probably have time to take on b7, right? And
Yeah,
push the c
well,
pawn.
that's another thing, yeah.
Like, if you can probably take on c7 and then go c6, right? Oh, I guess you don't have time to go to c6, right? Because d7 and then rook e1.
Yeah, here you may be lacking a tempo for a flight square.
Yeah. Okay, you probably don't have time, yeah. Use queen d3. Right?
Yeah, also that. That's very
Looks
safe.
fine, right?
That's
Like-
very safe, I guess, yeah.
You can definitely hold this, at least.
I mean, like, I don't know. I was thinking that, like, if anyone, maybe
Yeah.
white can pressure. But,
Tosh won her game pretty smoothly.
yeah.
She got a bit lucky in the opening, though. Her opponent missed a nice idea.
Why did she play something else? Like, she seemed to have a lot of theory down in the Paulson, or like in the knight c3. And then she,
I think because her opponent never takes on d4, takes on e4. So if you know your opponent's never going to take on e4, then you can kind of just get away with it, right?
let's see how the game's going.
Well, this looks like it's completely over, right?
Oh,
Yeah, you're just getting mated on.
yeah,
Oh, you don't have queen d8, do you?
probably not. Well,
Queen h6. Queen f.
endgame? I don't know.
No, you just run out of checks, right?
Oh, wait, no, that's hanging queen.
Queen g5, g4 check. Queen g4 check.
Yeah, but like, okay.
And take on f7.
Yeah, but like,
King g3, king g3. No, just king g3.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Oh, that's also Diana was like Mats was like in every game she was in trouble, and I don't know. That's sometimes the dark magic.
Yeah, I mean she's running well. Like I'll go back. I think there's moves on the board.
Yeah. F6.
How do you know which one's live? Is this played? Yeah. No, this hasn't been played.
No, F6 has been played.
Oh.
It's the one that has this like red thingy. Or
Okay.
the square thing. Perpetual?
No, you don't have D7, right?
No.
Yeah, she resigned.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so unlucky.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Okay, go cool. See you later.
See you later.
Yeah, it seems like I don't know what exactly she was worried about. I mean, I guess it was something about the D pawn. Yeah, but like, I mean, if nothing else, you always have Queen D3. You can never be worried about this, right? Like, what? But I don't think it's. I wouldn't think it's losing. I think you can probably play this, and if you play here. I don't know if you're losing this, like, I don't think so. Let's check the engine. Okay, I guess maybe you are. Okay, Queen C3 here. You're fine. Oh yeah, that makes also sense because you're controlling the E1 square. But okay, this is a little bit more difficult to see. And there you're actually better. Also, you can play king f1 and then d2 and then... No, that doesn't help. You still have to play queen c3. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, queen e3 is just the simplest. You don't have to calculate anything. I don't know. Anyway, Tong Tong won. Let's celebrate.
Her game looked crazy.
Yeah. That's
Like,
such a weird position.
Composition, like.
Yeah.
At the end, especially with all the rooks and stuff, like, what was happening?
Well, here we were thinking rook a1, rook e1 was much easier. But... Okay, she did it eventually. g4, okay. Well, she took it, a bit unnecessary. Ah, Diana's saying it's okay, that's good. The mental health is still intact.
What did she say?
It's okay. Well, then maybe she can stop playing Macaulay. Oh no! Diana said if she had taken with the queen, Diana would have offered her a draw. Oh no.
Diana, Matt, say that to her.
Yeah.
Rubbing it in, like, why would you say that to someone after a game? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That's tough.
Jesus Christ. Why would you say that? Inflicting maximum psychological damage.
Yeah, that's rough. I was
I don't want to hear that after I lose a game, like.
Well, I mean, I guess she knew for herself that it was that drawn, but yeah. Oh man, that's so unfortunate. Anyway, Tong Tong won, we're happy. Tosh won, that's good. How about Alice?
I presume it'll be Tosh versus Matt's the last one.
No, Tosh already played her.
Then
It's gonna be Alice against her if Alice wins.
Alice versus Tosh.
Alice is the only one who hasn't played her yet.
She hasn't played Diana Matt.
Yeah. Lara's also played her yet already.
So
Well, I guess Marina's also played her already.
Oh,
Yeah. So
It will be Diana versus. It'll be Tosh versus. It could be Tosh versus Diana.
Yeah. It's either Tosh versus Lara or Tosh versus Diana.
What are the colors?
Yeah, colors. Diana's gonna play black, but everyone had white, so. But Diana's definitely gonna be black because she had 3 whites.
Well, you can get 4 blacks, right? In a 5-round tournament.
No, but I think it's possible. So.
Yeah, it's very unlikely, but it is possible.
No, but I meant like it's possible to avoid it, so it's gonna be avoided, right?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be avoided, yeah.
I think so.
It depends what the other pairing is, right? Like, it might be necessary to make the tournament work. Because you could get 2 blacks and then a white and then 2 blacks. Which would be such a bad beat. Like, I would be going mad if that happened to me.
What? What happened to you?
Like, if you got 2 blacks in a row, and then you got a white, and then you got another 2 blacks.
Yeah.
How is it possible, like?
Yeah, that would be. Well, I mean, if you win. Anyway, Lara's game is looking crazy, but I guess we're gonna end the stream. Stella's losing as well. That's unfortunate. That game was also all over the place. But I think we're gonna end the stream. I'm gonna see if Diana's okay. And yeah. Yeah, see you later.
See ya.
Okay, we're gonna raid someone. Can't type.
Warrior was saying if you raid somebody and then restart your stream later, it like messes up your stream or something. I don't know how it works.
Really? But aren't you always restarting your stream later? Technically.
No, like the same day or something. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll risk it. Okay, so we're gonna raid Chess Dojo because I say so, and well, I'll see you all later. Diana, unfortunately, no longer able to win the tournament because Diana Mutz is on 4 points, but we can come in.
Oh no, she got disqualified last round. Still happens.
We can come in. Yeah, or disqualification, sure. But we can come in, what, like, is second place possible? Yeah, probably. Second place is up for grabs. Also, Ivan apparently said she can't win it.
Why?
Because even though she changed federation, she hasn't been, like, resident in Ireland for long enough.
Oh.
And the only reason she was able to change federation is because she was from Ukraine specifically, so she's not eligible to win the title.
I didn't know that.
So if that's true, then actually she can still win the title. But we're not telling that to anyone. Huh? Yeah. Anyway, we just said it on stream though, so maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see you guys later for the final round. And yeah, that's going to be that. Goodbye for now. Is that what Jerry says? Goodbye for now. Bye for now.
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't watch chess.
You've never heard of Chess Network before. Never heard of them.
Yeah. Never want to. What is the fucking GIF?